Not trying to sound like everyone else, but Tommy DeVito must be adding some.
Forget about Tommy DeVito. Looks like his family walked right with the set of The Sopranos, for Christ's sakes. If you don't follow her, she is very, very good at describing the anger of New York fans and the joy of it at times. She's very good at it. People have actually accused me of going, you just like her because of her, she looks good, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't hurt. But she's knowledgeable with the sports and she spits out the facts. What can I tell you? I enjoy watching it. But I am going to talk about her Jets for a second. I don't know where Zach Wilson comes from certain days. The first half of that game, I'm sitting there going, good God, what the hell am I watching? For 30 minutes, she was sitting there going, what the hell? Is anybody going to score? What is this? And then all of a sudden, in the second half, the shit exploded. I don't get what happened. I don't know how it happened. But all of a sudden, he looked like a competent quarterback. I'm starting to think it's not Zach Wilson. 50%. I'll go halfway with that. I think the coaching is not good for him. I think if the coaching let him do his thing, just let it rip. Who cares? We got fucking 4 wins, 5 wins now? Just let it rip. Let's see what you can do. See what you can see. Throw the fucking ball. If it gets intercepted, so what? Learn. Because taking him in and out and having him sit and then this other crap with I don't want to play anymore. Whatever. Put him in there. The season's over. Put him in there. Rip. Let him rip. Let him fucking throw the ball all over the goddamn stadium if he wants to. And we'll see what happens. For him to throw up 30 points is astonishing to me. In one half. Especially when the first half, it looked like he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. I don't know what's going on there. It's a very odd situation with the Jets. Although the defense, boy, I tell you, I wish I had that defense on the Giants. Wow. Although we're not doing too bad, but wow. Now let's go to the Giants, which is the subject of this. And good old Tommy DeVito. You realize that if Tommy DeVito actually gets this sad sack offensive line into the playoffs, we're going to have some fucking shit flying next year between Jones and DeVito. Now, granted, Jones is going to start again. That's that. We'll see what he has to do. But at least now, we don't have to pay $11 million for a backup in Taylor. Now it'll be an affordable backup who's a quality starter in the NFL. He's proven it. Now, he's not the greatest quarterback in the world, and he doesn't really have the greatest receivers going. But it seems like he knows what he's working with. So we'll see what happens. Talking playoffs is a little far-fetched. You still got to play the Eagles twice. And one of them, and the way the Eagles are playing right now, they'll probably beat the hell out of the Giants, but they're probably going to need to beat the hell out of the Giants to stay in that first position. Because San Francisco is I think Frisco leads, but I think they want to try and catch Frisco, and I don't know if they're going to do it. So they're going to need every single game. So we'll see what, Tommy Chicken Cutlets does, or Tommy Cutlets does. Also, and we're going to get off the football for a second because I know you're also a Ranger fan. We have not been playing well of late. You cannot constantly give up 5 goals a game, which is what Shesterkin is doing. I don't know if there's something wrong with him, if he got hurt and he still isn't back 100%. I don't know. But you can't give up 5 goals a game and think you're going to win every time. I mean, he gave up 5 goals before the last 2 empty netters last night. It was 7-3 the final. That's not good. That's not good because you're not scoring at a clip that you're giving up. At least not every night. And you can't keep up with it. I think the Rangers are going to be fine this year. But something has to clean up with the goaltending. Shesterkin has to either admit that he's still hurt or something. Because I think he was out for a little bit. He had an injury. But he's got to admit that either he's still hurt or he's just losing it now. I don't know what's going on. Because he is not playing as well as he used to. And I'm sure you're going to make a video about this, but we had the press conference with Soto. And a subtle hint was, I'm going to see how I play with Judge this year. I'm paraphrasing, but it's going to be fun to play in the outfield with Judge for the year, which is a subtle hint of Scott Boras is my agent, and unless somebody pays me through the nose, I'm only staying as a Yankee for a year. So Hal better whip out the wallet if he wants to keep him. Now, it also depends on whether we get the Japanese kid, this Yamamoto, I think his name is. I don't know if we're going to get him because remember, you got big Daddy Cohen over there has got more money than God. Although he is still paying Scherzer and Verlander. So I know he's got to be paying part of their salary still just to get rid of them. So we'll see what happens in this sense. I don't think there's going to be any big talks before the season starts. I don't think there's going to be any big talks during the season. I think he's going to hit the market as a free agent. And, we'll see. Let the wind blow where it was. And Ohtani getting $70 million a year and then deferring $68 every year? What are you, nuts? That can't be allowed. That can't be allowed. Because then you could sign somebody for $300 million, give them $2 million a year, and then defer the rest? Come on. Something ain't right there. It's going to you know what it's going to turn into? It's going to turn into the Bobby Bonilla contract. Where Ohtani's going to be sitting in Japan and they're going to be shoving millions of dollars at him while he's sitting on his ass. That's the only thing I can think of. I'm not going to get my hope up for the playoffs. The papers are doing that. This is what can happen for a playoff run for the Giants and a playoff run for the Jets and blah, blah, blah. No, we're not talking about that. If that happens, fine. But we are not talking about that. Enjoy what's going on now because it could be very, very fleeting. Remember, like you said, this could be another version of Linsanity where we get somebody for a few months and the next thing you know, he's somewhere else or he's sitting behind. So let's pump the brakes a little. It's enjoyable to watch. It's fun to watch the whole thing going on. But until there's something solid, just enjoy the ride. Because right now, he's a serviceable quarterback. Super Bowl? No. Right now, he's serviceable. So we'll see what happens. And everybody else, have a good day. Booyah!